What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave, and I forgot to do my music intro. So here it is, because I'm awesome, and I can do what I want.
Okay, here we go. I can show them how to do it when I'm in the zone. Before we start, let me puff that indigo.
So again, welcome back to the channel. It is ya boy, Dead on Dave, and we are here live right after Monday night. Okay, look, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it wasn't a complete snore fest, but it certainly was not what I was hoping for going in to Royal Rumble in just less than 2 weeks. I mean, something bigger needed to happen. Now, if you notice the graphic that led off the show there, it was Kalisto becoming United States Champion, because I think that's the most important thing that happened in the entire show. And it's just, the ending was so long, so boring, and so predictable with Brock Lesnar coming out there that it just really took everything out of it. It just did not do much for me, and I'm pretty damn disappointed in it, if we're being completely honest. That being said, it's always fun to see Brock Lesnar, and we're going to get into more of that as we go through the copious amounts of notes. And don't worry, we'll be taking your calls live right here on Skype at davidvancura, davidvancura, or go ahead and use the number 702-751-2902. But let me get through the copious amounts of notes first. Got to get through them notes. I'm going to tell you what I thought, and then you guys can all tell the fat man what you thought. Can't wait to hear from you, to be completely honest. Well, yeah, well, I kind of do. I wish that they would have, went a little bit different with the Brock Lesnar angle. I feel like they could have accomplished a little bit more with him, and it was a little bit disappointing. It seems like they're going with the safe bet. Brock now, I mean, if you want to call it a heel turn, I don't know. Let's get into it in a second, but let's start with the beginning, because since all shows have a beginning, let's start with this one. The entire roster is on stage, and I hate that beginning. I always hate it. I never think it's very effective. I think it's boring. I think it's bland. I don't think there is much to it that gets people excited. Who cares? The entire roster is on stage. Gives a shit. We understand that Roman Reigns has to take on the entire roster. Why show the entire roster? It makes no sense. And some of your biggest draws who are in the match are not even on the stage. So I hated that. Was not a fan. Thought it did not go very well. Vince comes out once again, continuing the mistake of making things too much about him. And that's a problem to me. You don't need to continue to make this about yourself, because unfortunately, the longer that we make this about you and we don't reintroduce Triple H into the storyline, we know where this is going. I think we have a very good idea. And now I'm starting to get worried that, damn it, we're going to get Triple H and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, I still think it's a possibility that Triple H and Roman Reigns can take on each other at the Fastlane pay-per-view, or whatever it is that's between Rumble and Mania. I still think that's a very good possibility. And frankly, I'm okay with that, because you still set up a new number one contender by having some kind of a match to figure out who will be the number one contender going into Mania, which by tonight seemed to be a little bit of Brock Lesnar. Was it me, or did it seem like Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar looked like they were supposed to have a little bit more than they did? It seemed like Kevin was a little bit more prepared, like he was a little bit of fisticuffs, and then Brock just kind of turned around, raped him, and threw him over his fucking back. I don't know. So back to the beginning. Roman Reigns ends up getting himself into a one versus all match, which we've seen with John Cena. I thought it was going to be the exact same thing, because that's what Vince said it was going to be. Everybody in one corner against Roman. That ended up not being the case. And they went a little bit different. It was more of a gauntlet match style that never really went to a gauntlet match. So I hated that entire opening segment. It's not that I hated it. It was just meh. It was meh and was contrived. It's what we always see out of these guys. And I wasn't very happy with that. I feel like they could have done a little bit more and not focusing so much on Vince. At least Stephanie's not screaming. There's a positive. If I could take one positive out of that, it would be that at least Stephanie isn't dragon screaming. So that's a good thing, right? Yeah. I don't know. Next up, we got what I thought was really starting to turn the night around after the opening. Sheamus and Dean, I thought it was a really decent opening match, very physical. Then both guys get counted out. Dean goes absolutely apeshit after the match and throws Sheamus around. Kevin Owens comes out and beats the shit out of Dean. Once again, it progresses the feud, and it's moving towards a no DQ match at Royal Rumble. I like that. I think that's actually a really smart idea. And the progression of Kevin Owens, who I think had a really good night overall, considering he dominated the Kevin Owens match. I thought he did a really good job. Or Kevin Owens dominated the Roman Reigns match. I thought he had a really good night. The match, I wish there would have been a little bit more out of Dean and Sheamus. A finish would have been nice, but I understand why they're going to DQ. They're setting a precedent. They're DQ, because when Dean and Kevin do go, it's going to be for that. So we saw blood. I see someone in the chat say, we saw blood. Yes, we did. We saw blood. Everybody's excited. Blood. Oh, that doesn't do nothing for me. After that was one of the more confusing spots of the night where Ambrose gets taken to the back. He comes back out. Renee interviews him, and he makes it seem like he's going after Kevin Owens tonight. He said, I have a pulse. That means I'm alive, and I'm going to, it seemed like he was going on the warpath, and we don't see him again for the rest of the night. I feel like they really missed an opportunity. They could have done a Ambrose hunting thing throughout the entire night. That would have been kind of cool. And it didn't really, they did nothing with it. So that he didn't come out at the end to save his buddy. I don't understand what the point of having that backstage promo was if they weren't going to capitalize on it afterwards. I don't know. The promo that we had between the McMahons and Heyman was actually pretty good. I thought a lot of the backstage promos were really solid tonight. I thought they did a good job of progressing storylines, both in and out of the ring overall. This was not a great Raw by any stretch of the imagination, and it got boring towards the end. However, I don't think that they did a bad job of progressing things towards the Royal Rumble, mostly. And I'll get to some of the criticisms in a moment. Heyman and Lesnar wants a free pass to Mania to fight the champ, whoever may be. And the McMahons are like, no, your ass is fighting in the Rumble. So it is. And I like whenever those three are on the screen together, you're going to get some good stuff. So after that, Stardust comes out with a really, really awesome face paint, an obvious tribute to David Bowie, who passed away yesterday. Finally, he's coming to cancer. Terrible. David Bowie is one of the most influential rock stars in history. He never conformed. He never went with the flow. He created flows. He created genres that people later would try to copy, mimic, and it's just, he was always who he was. He was iconic, fashion-wise, musically, lyrically. I mean, the guy really was an absolute legend. So I really appreciated the fact that Stardust took the time and made a really, really classy tribute to David Bowie. Then he has a really decent match with Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil is really starting to impress, I think. Getting another victory, piling up the wins. He's looking better in the ring. Yes, we know what his moveset's going to be. We know what he's going to do as far as, his style. He's a big bruising guy, and we know that. But that's okay when he does the type of things that he's doing when he's executing. And we saw that tonight. We saw once again him executing and doing some decent stuff. So that was fun. That was fun. I think he's doing a really good job of building to something. Now, whether or not they capitalize on it somewhere down the road, you never know with the WWE. But I will say this also, Cody Rhodes is becoming that perennial, gatekeeper, that I don't want to say main jobber, but he is. He's almost becoming like a Barry Horowitz, just with a better gimmick. Cody is very over no matter what he does. People like the Stardust character. People like the Cody character. They had an opportunity in the past to really develop him, and they didn't. So now he's kind of relegated to where he is and helping guys like Titus get over a little bit, but he's taken too many losses. He did take the fight to Titus after the match. I like that. It was kind of a heel-dominated night as far as attacks afterwards. I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't mind that too much. It was a good spot, and he took out the knee of the big man. But I like Titus O'Neil, and I think he has a lot of opportunity to become something in the future. I'm just not exactly sure what. It's all about, how are they going to solidify his spot? I like the fact that feuds were the absolute focal point of just about the first hour. We saw feuds being built, feuds being forwarded, and I like that. I thought that was really well done. After that, we get the highlight reel with Y2J, baby! The Ayatollah of rock and rolla with the New Day. And this was personally my favorite segment of the night. I think overall, this was my favorite thing to happen all night in the ring or just promo-wise. I thought it was really funny. I thought there was so many good things that happened in it. The New Day can work with anybody as far as on the mic. When they're in there with somebody as good as Jericho, we really see magic. And we saw that. It was so good that the Usos even got in on it, and they did a great job. The Usos had one of my favorite promos they've ever had. It's one of my favorite moments from the Usos, period. They show a lot of personality, and I'm starting to see possibly a future for the Usos outside of just pleasing the younger audience, which is exactly the reason why they won the Best Tag Team of the Year last year and the year before, is because the young kids love them. But the reality is, I think they lack a lot of things to appease a mainstream audience to where they can be that home run hitting team that I think the WWE wants them to be. Now, we see things like we did tonight out of them, and it gives a little bit of hope, my opinion on that at least. Then Y2J takes things to a really weird spot where he calls the Usos my back of the bus brothers. Did he really say that? Did Y2J really call the Usos my back of the bus brothers? I didn't know how to take that. I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that. But that's Y2J. That's Chris Jericho, baby! The Ayatollah of rock and rolla. But hey, back of the bus brothers. I also love the My Little Pony jabronis. If that was funny. The whole segment was entertaining. And then we got a really, really good match between Big E and Kofi and the Usos with Xavier and Y2J in the corners. Woods was all over the outside, annoying everybody. Jericho didn't really do much in the entire match. He just kind of stood there and yelled. I thought he kept yelling, "Come on, Kofi!" That's what it sounded like. "Come on, Kofi!" But he wasn't rooting Kofi on. It was weird because Jimmy and Jay neither sound like Kofi, neither does Uso. But I swear to God, he was like, "Come on, Kofi!" That's what I kept hearing. Ask him! Ask him! Love me some Jericho. But sometimes he can get a little bit. But after the match, actually towards the end of the match, Jericho does something that you cannot come back from. He destroyed Francesca. He destroyed Francesca, man. I couldn't believe it. He destroyed Francesca. The trombone of Xavier Woods, it's dead now because of the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. And according to Xavier Woods, who put up a wanted poster with Chris Jericho's face on it on Twitter. God, he's good. He says, "You made an enemy for life, Chris Jericho. I will end you. I will end you." I love that. Everything that Xavier Woods does tickles the shit out of me. I think it was good. I love the whole segment. Quick shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Scotty Davenport, Pittsburgh Boy 96, SF New Boy 2.0, Daniel Hoover, Derek Bradford, Patrick Glynn, Terry the Snow Queen, Steve Smith, AJ Tucker, Jedi Light. We got all these great people in the chat tonight. Hope you guys are having a good time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. And come on, how could you not have by now, huh? And you could also, if you are so inclined, you can go check out some Dead on Dave gear over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. We got all kinds of good stuff there. and it's pretty awesome. And if you're so inclined, you can just go ahead and donate to the channel and say, Copious Fat Man, we love what you do. So a little donation help keep the upkeep going, because one of the things that we have that you guys help pay for is the number 702-751-2902, and we keep all these graphics pretty. Now we got all kinds of cool stuff happening, and I'm waiting for someone to call in a little bit special in a little bit, but we're going to have that in a little while. So let's get back to the Copious Amounts Notes. We're almost done. Then we'll start taking your calls, so bear with me just for a few more minutes, or as long as I want, because I'm in charge and I can do what I want. Anyway, then we get a back and forth between Steph and Heyman. It was really good. Something big is obviously being set up, but the problem was we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen, that Brock was just going to come and smash people, and that's what he did. Brock smashed. We got the Sting Hall of Fame announcement. One of the most deserving people of all time. I've said that I thought there was a possibility that Undertaker was going to be going into the Hall of Fame at the same time as Sting. It's what I would do, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case now. It does seem like Sting is going to be going in on his own. I still think it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. If anybody should be going in as an active competitor, and there's only one other guy who's done it, and that's Ric Flair, it would be The Undertaker. But maybe they're not going to go that route. We'll have to see. We'll wait and see. Maybe Sting is a little bit healthier than we thought. Maybe he's still going to wrestle a match. I have no idea. But regardless of any of that, once again, a fantastic package put together for Sting. It was really good. Sting was great. I watched Clash of the Champions today, man. I watched Clash of Champions 1994 on the network, which I just got because we finally got it here in Germany, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I love that match. When Sensational Sherry picking either Ric Flair or Sting, who had a fantastic match that night. Hulk Hogan making his debut. It was a really cool one. So if you have the network, go check out Clash of the Champions 1994. It's badass. It's a lot of fun. The whole night's good. Whole night is really good. So the Wyatts come out next, and they get confronted by the Social Outcasts, man. The Wyatts laugh it off, and they have a match. The Social Outcasts actually wanted to go in with these monsters, and I thought we were going to get Bray versus Bo, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. That's because the match didn't last very long. Ryback decides to Ryback his way into the ring and start getting into everyone's business, and the Social Outcasts come to his defense and help him vanquish the Wyatts. I wonder where this is going. I'm not exactly sure. Can Ryback be a Social Outcast? I don't know. It's interesting. I like the Social Outcasts. I like what they're doing, and their undefeated streak continues because they didn't lose this match. No, there was no decision announced. I guess they should have lost it by DQ. Not exactly sure how that would work, but still, go Social Outcasts. Golf clap for you. Kalisto and Del Rio. Let's talk about the big one of the night, man. Kalisto and Del Rio, U.S. title. I went back and forth in this match, man. I trashed it. I loved it. I trashed it. I loved it. The beginning, I thought it wasn't very horrible. Del Rio was being so physical with Kalisto, and kudos to Kalisto for being just a tough little bastard. My God. They have not had good matches in the past. These two have had flat-out bad matches. Plain and simple. Bad matches. And tonight, it's like Del Rio said, okay, let's try this. Let's get extra physical. And Kalisto, being that tough little guy that he is, said, okay, throw me around. And he did. Then it kind of turned for a while. It got really ugly. It got really sloppy for about 5 minutes, and the crowd just checked out completely. That crowd couldn't care. Just call him Alberto Del... Oh, my God. I mean, he's better than NyQuil sometimes. But then it turns up again. They turn it way up. Kalisto gets going. Del Rio really started to hit his stride. When Del Rio is at his best, he's very... almost died. Del Rio is very good. But the problem is he's not always at his best. He seems to go on autopilot a lot, which kind of sucks. So the crowd gets into it. It gets all turned up, as the kids say, and the match gets good. Crazy good. And then Kalisto, with a roll-up, yes, but gets the victory, becomes the new United States champion. I like this. I think it was a good move. I think it was a really smart move out of the WWE. Getting the belt off of Del Rio is one thing, but Kalisto is over. He's been over since day one. Can he be a viable United States champion? All he has to do is be better than Del Rio, and I think he's already accomplished that. So then we got Charlotte and Brie. Oh, wait. No, we don't. Becky attacks. Rick grabs the mic, loses his goddamn mind, says, Charlotte is not fighting. No. So she's not fighting. Then he calls Charles Robinson Fat Boy. He called Little Nate Fat Boy. Really, Rick? Little Nate. How can you treat him like that? I didn't understand that. And fat is funny. Strange segment, but it wasn't horrible. It builds something forward. Becky gives a really good promo afterwards, kind of sums the whole damn thing up, and I thought it worked really well. Becky and Charlotte is kind of a gatekeeper for hopefully Bayley coming in and some of the things like that. So there it is. Turned up, not turn up. Turned up. We get turned up, chat. Somebody's Little Estito says, turn up, Dave. I can't believe I heard that. Turned with the T at the end. Turned. We're turned up in this thing. Finally, we got the main event. Roman versus everyone. Slow ass pace. Owens dominates for a long time. Very boring. Crowd checks out. And eventually, Brock comes and smashes everybody and then attacks Roman. Very predictable. Don't really know what it means because it could just be him saying, okay, I'm going to be in the Rumble. All right, there it goes. I'll be in the Rumble and I'll do what you say. Or it could be a full-fledged heel turn. You never know with Brock Lesnar. That's the beauty. So there you go. There's my copious amounts of notes. That's what I took from tonight. I give it oh, God. I feel like I'm being generous at a 6. I don't think it was a bad night. I don't think it was a good night. But I think it was a productive night, if that makes sense. So now I turn it over to you, the viewers, the Deadites. Well, how douchey is that? Call in right now at Dead on Dave, DAVIDVANCURA, at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, or use the number 702-751-2902. Let's take our first call. Pittsburgh boy. My Skype stopped working. Give me a second. Got to get my Skype back on. It stopped working. Sorry about that. One momento, my Skype turned off. Oi. Don't you hate it when things like that happen? We're having technical difficulties with Skype, but we'll get it back up. So, Pittsburgh boy, call back in. I will take your call first. Go ahead and call in. And I'm going to take your call because I tried to get you on. So, I feel that's fair. I think it's fair. You think it's fair? I think it's fair. Or maybe not. Pittsburgh, I'll give you a few more seconds here to call in, and then I'm taking another call. Take another call because Dead on Dave waits for nobody. I want to hear what you guys have to say about tonight's Raw. So if you're not going to call in, go ahead and put your rating in the chat. I want out of 10. What did you think about tonight? And you know what? Go ahead and give me what was your favorite and what was your least favorite moment of the night. I want to hear from you. There we go, Pittsburgh boy. Let's get him in here. Pittsburgh boy, you're live with Dead on Dave. How you doing, buddy?
All right, pretty good. How about you?
Rough night for Roman. I don't know why the WWE went to booking him the way they did tonight, but I think they really hurt him. And this is what I warned you about. If you notice, him and Kevin Owens, there wasn't a lot of cheers for Roman in that match.
I think he's all right.
I don't know. I'd be a little worried if I were you. But here's what I want you to do, Pitt. Before I let you get to your spiel and tell me what you thought of tonight, I want you to feast your eyes on the screen in a few seconds because there's something really special for you.
What? What do I need to see?
You'll see. It'll be up in a few seconds. It's really special, and I think you're going to appreciate it. It's something that we did for you because I'm a mind reader, and I know what people really want. So I peered into your soul, and I know what you want. So feast your eyes on the screen, and it should be coming up any second. And there you go. That's my love for you.
What the hell? Oh, what the fuck?
Dead on
No.
Dave, where your fantasies come true. Pitt, I'm gonna Superman punch you right in your love box. Believe.
What the hell?
That is Pittsburgh boy. That is him. And look how close he is with Roman Reigns. I figured it out. I know why he loves him so much.
What?
Because they're love buddies. Here's the proof.
What?
And this cannot be tampered with. This has to be true. Look at his hand is actually on his shoulder. Unbelievable. Pittsburgh, why didn't you tell me?
What the hell?
You could have
How
got me an
dare you.
interview.
Ah,
What? Look,
this is what I was worried about. This is what I was worried about.
you know,
You win this round.
I wish you would have told me. You could have got me a damn. Let's look at this again because it's too good. I wish you would have got me an interview with him. If I would have known you were this close, I mean, because this truly is a place where fantasies come being the operative word here, to really, really prosper. So there you go. He's going to Superman punch you right in your love box, which is also your fart box or your poo hole, whatever you want to call it. That's where
Holy shit.
See, now, Sal I gave Sal a couple lines because Sal, the copious graphics guru, once again, strikes gold. And I told him, I said, he's like, caption this. I was like, well, Superman punch you right in your love box. But I said, or spear. I think spear would have been better, but I like Superman punch. It's a little wordy, but I think it gets the message across. So, congratulations. Do you like your present?
I suppose so.
Let's look at it again. Let's look at it again.
Oh, what?
He's all muscly armed. Look at Roman Reigns. God, he is a beautiful man. With the
I'm still trying to process this. This
hungry
is unbelievable.
eyes, I feel the magic between you and I. So good. Pittsburgh, if you can gather yourself, if your butthole could stop dripping for a few seconds, can you tell me what you thought of Raw tonight? Yes.
God. Dude.
Do you need to gather yourself?
I'm about to call back in.
Okay. Hey, I understand. It's breathtaking. So thank you for calling.
Oh, my
in.
God.
Feel free to call back in, Pittsburgh. Have yourself a good night. Let's look at this again. It's so good. Make sure you guys call in 702-751-2902. This is so good. It might be one of my favorite things ever. It's just, it's fantastic. It's better than Steve dancing. It's better than Steve dancing. It's just one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. It gets me wet. It makes my love box start to drizzle. You know, it's fucking fantastic. But go ahead, everybody. Feel free to call in now. We'll take your calls, and we will hear what you have to say. And if you're just sitting in the chat, I want to know what you guys thought about tonight. And I certainly want you to make sure you go and hit that like button. You know, and when you do, it's important that you don't just push the like button. I couldn't talk. You got to love it. You got to caress it. You have to finger it properly, or you're not going to get those likes that need to be happening. Let's go ahead and take another call. AJ Tucker, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I noticed something weird during
Was
Raw.
it this? Was it this photo? Look at this photo. Is that the weird
Oh,
thing?
yes. No,
That's
well,
pretty
that,
weird.
But,
That's pretty weird.
well, that, of course, but I don't know if they're ending the League of Nations, but I did notice that
They just ignored them. There was no League of Nations tonight. You know, I read that it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. I just didn't think they would just say, oh, you know what, never mind.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like a long-term thing, and then after Sheamus lost the belt, they kind of just went like their separate ways. And I know King Barrett has like his neck injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But Rusev wasn't even here tonight.
Rusev,
which was
we couldn't even smell Lana's voluptuous perfume. If that word
Exactly.
doesn't describe perfume very well, but you know what I mean. It's pretty damn. I don't know why they weren't there. It was a little weird. Some people didn't show up tonight, but a lot of people did. What did you think of the night? Tell me what your thoughts are on this episode of Monday Night Raw.
Was that your Vince McMahon impression?
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It didn't really work.
That's okay. I like your Jericho impression though.
Jericho, come on, baby! I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. This Raw wasn't the best Raw. It wasn't the worst Raw.
No, I thought the wrestling mostly delivered, and a lot of the backstage promos, everything kind of did its job. Nothing was spectacular.
Yeah.
Nothing made you go, oh! Yeah, I don't know if that's something most people do. It's what I do mostly when I.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things. I don't really understand what the thought process was, So.
Yeah, I like the tag match was good with the Usos and New Day.
Yeah.
I thought the highlight of the night for me was Kalisto winning the belt. That at first I kind of thought, maybe they're gonna go with Kalisto win the belt, and then midway I thought, you know what? Nah, they're not doing it this early. And then I started to think, well. Then the match ended and he was champ, and it was kind of
then the
I
match
was
ended
shocked.
and he was champ.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that entire match was Kalisto finally dodging the easiest, most dodgeable move in the history of WWE.
Yeah, I think an Uso did that last week, but other than that, it was
I don't understand. That move sucks. Del Rio coming off the top rope and stomping, and the guy's just holding himself there for him. Why would they hold himself there? Get away from him. Get out of there.
They
no.
Stay there. It's almost and I feel bad for talking about this move, but it's almost like old school when you think about it. It's like the guy's just standing there and waiting for.
You can just jerk the Undertaker right off the goddamn rope anytime you want.
Exactly.
That's true. But if they jerked me off the rope, AJ, then I would burn them with my fiery gonorrhea.
Was that your Undertaker
That
impression?
was, and that's a good one. Eat me, AJ. Damn it, AJ, I would walk through the fires of hell to fight you, Kane. That's good. Eat it.
I didn't know who you were trying to do.
You got an impression? You got any impressions? You got nothing.
This is
nothing.
my AJ impression.
You're 13 and you got nothing. With
this is
a
my
tear
AJ impression.
in my eye. That's my Ric Flair, by the way. That's a good Ric Flair. What's your rating for tonight, buddy? We got a bunch of callers.
I'm with you with this one. I'm going 6 out of 10.
I think it's fair.
It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst.
And you know what? After all of that, AJ, I only got one more thing to say to you.
What's that?
Have a nice day! See you later, AJ Tucker. Thank you for the call. I very much appreciate that. But if you don't have impersonations, then you got to move the fuck on. Because is that your Undertaker? Yeah, it was. It was. it really was. I guess there's a national championship game going on. Jonathan Gomez up in the chat. Sam Harlock, Madness. Oh, yeah, the Madness 77 up in the chat. Yeah, you know the Madness likes to strike. Yeah. Matthew Rundle, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
What is going on, man? How you doing, Mr. Rundle? I want to call you Rundle Grundle for some reason, but Grundle's not a nice term, so I'm not going to do that.
No, please don't. Hey, you'll have to bear with me a second because I have had a drink.
A drink or 5 drinks? Because it sounds like was it a huge drink, like a Long Island iced tea?
No, I've had about three or 4.
Okay, well that's not one. I'm just saying mathematics are important. They're fundamental. What you got for me, man? What'd you think of the night? What'd you think of this picture of Pittsburgh, boy? Come on, let's see this again.
Well,
come on, fucking Roman Reigns is holding lube. I mean, come on. How good is this? It's my favorite thing ever. Anyway.
He actually said in the chat, well, everybody actually got to see my ugly arse.
What you got, man? What'd you think of Raw?
Didn't really enjoy it. Before I get into what I thought of it, I'll give you the rating. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
I only really enjoyed the Usos versus who was it again? The Usos. I think my brain cells are dead. The Usos.
Well, I got to answer a question. Bimbo says, why do you have a tool next to your name, Terry and Patrick? Because they're the moderators, and they're the people who can throw your asses out of here. They're the law. They be the stars, the sheriffs. They take care of you. Anyway, go ahead, Matthew Rundle. Continue to ramble incoherently.
Dave, can you help me out? Who was it? The Usos and Dean Ambrose first?
No, I'm going to keep letting you flounder. No, it was just the Usos on their own versus the New Day.
Yes, I very much enjoyed that match. Very much enjoyed.
Are you with me in mourning the loss of the trombone? I mean, I'm very upset over Francesca's passing. It's upsetting to me. I love Francesca.
Well, I love the trombone, don't get me wrong, but I was just dying when I saw Xavier crying.
He's so good. He's so good at what he does, man. I absolutely love him to death. Poor Francesca, but I know Francesca is up in heaven, and I know somebody is blowing Francesca properly right now. Rundle, give me your favorite thing of the night, and I'm gonna let you go because you're really all over the place.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they smash the trombone beforehand and then replace it?
That wasn't Francesca. That was a different trombone. That was some whore that he picked up at a pawn shop. This was the replacement. This was Francesca. Big difference. And he took it hard because it's a sentient being. It's a sentient being and it deserves respect.
I quite enjoyed Brock destroying everybody, but which I knew was going to happen. It was
so
quite predictable.
It drove me nuts.
And I did notice immediately when they advertised him last week, I thought, well, he's going to be on the end of the show. Yeah. So they'll force everybody to watch the show.
Well, going up against the national championship game, they kind of had to. I don't blame them. So there you go.
No.
All right, man. So you said your rating was 5?
Yes, it was.
All right, that's fair. I appreciate the call, man. And keep enjoying the show and like, subscribe, and share. I don't know why I told you. You already have. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, Dave.
Share this bitch around. What's up?
Dave.
Yes, sir.
Did you just say you've just got hold of the network in Germany?
Yes. Germany finally got the network on like the 1st or the 3rd or some shit, yeah.
Well, even though I'm in the UK, I actually managed to get it when it was actually brought out in the US.
Oh, because you used a VPN.
Yeah, like a proxy server. And I actually had a friend.
I don't like being shady. That's shady to me.
Well, I actually have a friend who lives in the US. So
okay, I don't. That's awesome. But you got it now for real, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Let me take another call, Rundle. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you very much. Take care.
All right, pal. Let's take another call. 203, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Oh, okay, we're not. I tried 203. Lorenzo Diaz says, love your hat. Yeah, this is my Wounded Warrior hat, man, because I got hurt in Iraq about 2007. Actually, I got hurt in 2004, but when I went back to Iraq in 2007, I got medically evacuated, and I was medically retired in 2010. And that's the story of my life. Yes, I'm an alumni of the Wounded Warrior program. Make sure you guys support the Wounded Warrior program, man. It's a very good service, and they've always been good to me. 760, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I can't complain. I was calling to talk about Brock Lesnar.
Are you really going to talk about Brock Lesnar? Because I have a feeling you're going to talk about something else.
What do you think I'm going to talk about?
I don't know. We'll find out. Go ahead. Talk about Brock Lesnar.
Well, I was kind of on the edge about him. I wasn't sure if he was I felt like he was going to hurt Roman Reigns. And then he did hurt Roman Reigns, but I don't think that's good because I think he can do better than that.
Sure.
But do you think he's going to win the Rumble?
I do. I think Roman's winning the Rumble.
You don't see maybe Triple H coming out and maybe getting himself involved in the match at all?
Very possible. I mean, it all depends on where they want to go with it. They have a lot of options. We'll see what they decide to do.
That's the thing. Like, wrestling's usually predictable. Like, I've been a wrestling fan for about 4 years now.
Yeah.
And it's always predictable. Like, what you got last year, you kind of knew Batista was going to win because it was his return. I was just also curious as when you're going to fucking lose weight, you fat
There
fuck,
it
and
is.
then you get salad
There
or
you
something.
are. You didn't go long
You
enough. You almost had me.
fucking
I
idiot.
like
Why
the
do
gay
you let me
voice.
talk then?
Your gay voice is good. It sounds really natural. Like that.
So why do you let me
I
talk
think
if
we
you fucking
finally
know
heard
who
your
it is,
real
you
voice
idiot?
tonight. Dude, I'm so
What?
proud of you. You embraced who
Shut
you are.
up, fat
Is this your coming out?
Nobody gives a
Is this
shit
your
if you
coming
got a
out of the
big
closet?
fucking prick,
Is this you
fucking
coming out of the
stupid
closet?
fat fucking twat of
Oh,
shit,
wow.
cuntbag fucking
Dude,
Jew.
I'm so honored that you would pick my show to come out of the closet. Dude,
well, fuck
we
off.
live
Why
in a
don't you
progressive
sit down or
world.
something,
You could
fucking
be
lard ass? Go on a
accepted.
diet.
You're amazing. You're a hero. You're Caitlyn Jenner. You
Oh, you
are
stop
Kate.
talking over me
Have
so
a
I
good
can
night.
pass already,
Really
you
good
fucking
job
prick.
sucking me off yet again.
You
Thanks for the
fucking
call
fat faggot
and entertaining
viewers.
me.
Nobody
You
watching your
make
shit
me
shows, you
chuckle.
fucking bag
Goodbye. What the fuck? I knew it. I sniffed him out from the beginning. Yeah. No. Lorenzo Diaz says, thank you for your service, mad respect. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate anybody who says, thank you for your service. It's nice. I miss the Army, kind of. Don't tell anybody that. I do. I miss my job. I don't miss some of the people, but I do miss my job. Pittsburgh boy. He's back. I almost died. Pittsburgh boy. Are you okay?
Yes, I've calmed down a bit.
Are you composed?
Yes, I'm fine.
For those of you who are just joining us,
shit.
Pittsburgh boy had to compose himself because we presented him with something that I pulled out of his fantasies. I found his diary, and this was the first. It was actually like the first 7 entries, and Sal, the copious graphics guru, recreated it in all of its glory because Dead on Dave is where your fantasies can come alive. And in Pittsburgh's case, come being the operative word because, as it says right here, Pittsburgh, I'm going to Superman punch you right in your love box. And what can you do, Pittsburgh? You can believe. Come on. That's right. What you got for me, Pittsburgh? I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. One question is,
Yeah.
Becky and Charlotte zapping at the Rumble, and if so, do you see Becky winning the championship?
I didn't. I thought they were going to continue going with Charlotte for a long period of time, but I'm starting to think that there is a possibility that Becky can win this thing. It's just I see something happening with Ric Flair. Rick can't be staying around forever. I think that he takes away from Charlotte. He makes it harder for her to get over, even as a heel. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to go with. Becky is building momentum, and I'm hoping Bayley's going to be entering the fold. When Bayley enters the fold, things might pick up a little bit. Sasha, once again, absent tonight. I know she says she's not hurt, but I don't know. You got to figure the WWE would be throwing him in there, right? I mean, would be throwing her around at least a little because people love her. So, I don't know.
And just like the troll asked before, with Lesnar getting into the picture, you see him win the Rumble?
At this point, I don't know. I'm still hopeful for Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar because I think it's the better way to go. I think it's the better booking. If they really want to cement a huge opponent for Roman Reigns after, then I really think Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar is the way to go. I don't want Roman to lose this match mainly because I don't want Roman to be a 3-time fucking champion at WrestleMania because he will be. Either before that, 3-time champion already. This is ridiculous. I'd rather him go in as champion and defend it in a really good match with a feud that matters. I don't want to see the McMahon screw him out of a title. I just don't. It's so boring. It's not fucking Austin McMahon. It's not, and it never will be.
Yeah, I'm still confused on this whole situation.
Yeah, it's tonight. Tonight did not work. It was a step back tonight.
I'm talking about the damn graphic. I'm still confused on this whole situation.
You mean this graphic?
Oh my God!
What is this the graphic that you're talking about? I'm just wondering if this is the graphic that you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're a beautiful piece of man meat. You know that?
What the hell?
I'm just
Thanks.
you know the best part of this? I think. Are you? No, you're wearing. What are you wearing? Are you wearing a Seth Rollins shirt in this?
No.
SR. That's no. It's not. It's Roman. It is a Roman Reigns shirt, isn't it? That's fantastic. You guys, you make a cute couple. You make a really cute couple. Pittsburgh, what's your rating for tonight? Can you get a rating out for me, or are you too flustered?
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
A what?
A 6 out of 10.
A 6, okay. I thought you said kick out. I'm like, was John Cena? I don't know. By the way, if you notice at the beginning of the damn match, or beginning of the night, the 1 versus all thing, that was a John Cena match they did not that long ago. I wonder why they did that. Anyways, Pittsburgh, I hope you have a really good night, buddy, and sweet dreams.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my opinions of Reigns down lower now after seeing that.
Dreams. I know you're gonna have good dreams tonight because I provided you with a visual of your deepest, darkest fantasies. Take it easy. Pittsburgh boy, everybody. Does it get better than Pittsburgh? No, it doesn't. Assad, I can't take your call when I'm on with another call. You can eat it, okay? Let's take another one. 352, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, Dead on Dave, how you doing?
What's going on, 352?
Not much, man. What'd you think of Raw? I thought it was not too bad.
I don't know. I've been talking about it for almost an hour now, so I would think you would know what I thought about it by now. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was all right. But I'm more interested in what you thought about it. What was your favorite part of the night?
Well, I really loved it when Brock Lesnar came out there and suplexed everybody and everybody. It's always good to see Brock. It's after all these years, it's even still good to see McMahon come out there. I mean, as old as he is, he's still entertaining.
I didn't like McMahon tonight. I'm getting tired of him making it about himself. Doesn't need to be about him no more. You need to start moving on a little bit. But that's just a small little gripe. What's your rating for tonight?
Well, rating because Brock was on there and we had suplexed everybody. We had Reigns. Not too bad for the outing. I'll have to go 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's not bad. What was your least favorite thing tonight?
Well, I couldn't stand the Jericho and New Day.
Really?
I just don't like New Day. I mean, I like them as wrestlers. I mean, I think they're all great competitors. I mean, you got Big E, powerhouse. He can get things done. I liked the agility and stuff of Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods is good in his own way. But I just don't like him at that gimmick. With that playing around, I like him when they're in there wrestling. I mean, Kofi Kingston always has good matches. I enjoy some of his matches. Some of his matches can be boring. But as far as entertaining, I just don't like that thing with Jericho. I mean, come on, Jericho is future Hall of Famer. I mean, they gotta give him something better than that. I mean, this is Jericho.
I thought it worked out pretty well. I like what the New Day does. I love their antics. I'm a huge fan. I got my unicorn horn up. But yeah, so I didn't mind it.
Well, I originally thought when they formed that group, they were going to be like this era version of Nation Domination, but they just decided to go with them as comic people. But
which I think is the better route.
The least favorite thing with me is this new social outcast. What is up with this? I mean,
you didn't like anything that people liked tonight. Like basically everything that people enjoyed about the show, you hated tonight. That's funny, but that's okay.
Well, I do like Curtis Axel. They would just let him try to be like his dad. I mean, or just as good. I mean, because he's got some talent.
I don't know how much talent he actually has, man. He's 35, 36, and he has not gotten over. That's usually a pretty telling sign. Look, let me get some other calls. I appreciate. What's your rating for tonight?
6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, not bad. Hey, I appreciate the call, buddy. Keep on watching, and thanks for the support.
All right, thanks, man.
Take it easy. That was 352. Everybody, let's take Steve Smith. Steve Smith, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hello, mate. What's going on?
What part of England are you from?
I'm from Newcastle.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, man.
There's been so many times that I've been ringing up and that stupid voicemail comes up and I'm like, oh, get him, I'm in here.
Hey, that's
and then I rang up and I fucking shit myself. I was like, oh, he's answered it. Finally, get in.
I have a new voicemail and it's spectacular. Isn't my voicemail spectacular?
It's fucking fooled me, mate.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Would you get Terry and Patrick to unblock us in the chat, please? Because I like winding them up.
Terry blocked you. Terry's got to do that on her own, man. Terry, unblock him give him a chance. I don't know.
And I'm a nice lad.
You pissed her off. You pissed her off. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
She likes it when I flirt with her, mate. That's all. I've got one question to ask, mate. What do you reckon? Was Neville on the show tonight, by the way?
Oh God, was he? I don't think he was.
Was he not? They're really misusing him. I think he's a great wrestler.
He is a great wrestler, but you know what? They've been using him a little bit better as of late. But it's weird. He wasn't on the show tonight. Neither was Rusev. I wonder if they were just working another event. Sometimes they do that.
Like a house show or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just decided to ring up because I've listened to your show for ages, and I just thought I'd give you a ringing.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely try to get you on more often when I see your call. I appreciate you calling in. I love you, Newcastle blokes. You're the best, man. I love that shit.
I know.
Because I really have to focus. I got to focus when I talk to you. I'm like, okay, is he going to call me a cunt? I don't know. I have no idea. What's your rating for tonight?
I'm going to give it a 10, mate.
A 10?
I'm only kidding. I give it a 5.
You just happen to half it. Fuck it. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the call, buddy.
No problem, mate. See you in a bit.
See you later. Cheers. I'm sorry. Let's take another call. Matt J, you're live with Dead on Dave. Matt J, what you got?
Dude, your voicemail gets me every single time.
It's pretty
every
good,
single
isn't
time. It's amazing. And by the way, I would call it a perfect 10. It's great.
It's pretty good. I'm really proud of it. I just finally got a voicemail that I decided to finally do it today after all this time, you know. And
you did an excellent job.
I can't just do a regular one. No. I've got to try and pull the okie doke on everybody. So that's what I did. And it was fun. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. What'd you think of Raw tonight, buddy?
Well, I'm pretty sure you already know what my highlight was. We actually saw Owens and Lesnar in the same ring.
We did.
We saw it. And I would have really liked a stare down between the two, but for what we got, I'll take it.
It looked like Owens was looking for more. It looked like they were going to trade blows, and then Brock just said nope. I don't know what happened there. I'm a little disappointed in that because maybe they're not going to have a feud, and I was really hoping they would. I really want to see that match for Mania. I think it's missing an opportunity if they don't go that route. But, we'll see what they decide to do. They have so many options. The most obvious one is Brock Lesnar, though. That feels safe to me. That feels the safe route. And I'm tired of the safe route. They don't need to go with the safe route. There's enough talent that they don't need to go with the safe route. They can open it up. All they got to do is fucking open it up. Like Pittsburgh Boy does with his butthole when he hangs out with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture today? It's a really good picture. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. It's fantastic.
It's up again because it really is fantastic. I'm enamored with it. It's great. What else you got for me, Matt?
That was my highlight of the night, but I think the best part of the night was Kalisto winning the title. That was great. I thought him and Del Rio had their best match yet.
Which isn't saying a lot, but yeah, I agree. It was their best match yet.
It was fine, but I mean, it was really all about the outcome. It
was weirdly paced. It was such a weirdly paced match. Like the pacing.
Del Rio really once again doing a terrible job selling for Kalisto.
That's right. He really did.
Yeah.
But then he just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna throw this motherfucker into everything," and that's what he did. we got a lawn dart situation where that looked brutal. Kalisto, man, he gives 0 Fs, man. He'll take any bump. Oh, and by the way, in case people are wondering, the legend of Dick Butt continues on. If you want to know what Dick Butt's all about, I tell the story last night while I streamed Pokemon for 4 hours. I played Pokemon for 4 hours, and I tell the tale. I regale everybody with the tale of Dick Butt. So if you want to know the origin story of the legendary Dick Butt, go check that video out. It's pretty good. What else you got, Matt J? What's your rating for tonight?
My ratings, I thought it was a decent show. I didn't mind it. I'm going to go a little bit higher than everyone else. I think I'm going to give it a 6.5.
I'm at a 6. Yeah, I think that's fair. It was effective. I think most of the night was effective. So there you go. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening and keep it copious and enjoy your trip over the top rope. See you later, Matt J. 203. You're live with Dead on Dave.
Hi, I'm a female, and I just wanted to let you know that you really need to lose some fucking weight because you're never going to get laid. You're fucking disgusting and repulsive, and you're never going to find a woman in your life
I'm never going to get laid. I've been married for 13 years and I have a kid. I appreciate your opinion. I'd love to know what you look like, but you won't come on the camera. You won't come on the camera, will you? There's probably not a camera big enough, is there? Wide lens. A wide lens.
Blow your head
Troll on. Why do you love me so much? You love me, don't you? Admit that you love me. Tell the world that you love me. You're my bitch. Admit it. You're my bitch. Thanks for calling, bitch boy. God, just horrible. Get a new act. Oh, my God. Get a new act. Pathetic. Everybody knows your spiel, man. Get a new act. Ooh, Michael Mendoza. He's live with Dead on Dave. What's going on, Mr. Mendoza?
What up, Dave? First, fuck your voice message. It got me. It got me.
I'm glad people are enjoying the voice message, man.
Oh, God.
I'm glad people are enjoying it, man. I love it. I'm absolutely enamored with it. I'm glad you like it.
No, it's awesome. Good job, man. But what's up, man?
I'm chilling, man. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here in Germany, and I am just, hanging out.
Well, I mean, Raw for me, man. It wasn't, like I said, it was nothing really terribly wrong with it, but it was kind of just went by. But I was never bored.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm with you there. I wasn't really bored, except for the main event. The main event was boring to me. It's just they had Kevin Owens sit on Roman Reigns.
I know, right? Yeah, he just basically fucking manhandled him for
Roman did nothing.
20, almost 15 minutes. Yeah,
nothing.
And speaking of that, I do want to complain about Roman. And you know that I give that guy, I like him still, but I got to give him shit this week because this week, I don't know if it was so much of him, but I think it's a little bit of both, WWE and him.
Yeah.
But he did not look like a champion tonight.
No, and he hasn't been looking like a champion. They're keeping him off of shows. He's not, he's the champ. He needs to be on both shows. He needs to be around. And it just, I don't get this. I don't understand. What is the thought process behind this? Why book him badly? I think they know what they should be doing, but they're just like, fuck it. And I don't understand. They're gonna look, if they continue with what they're doing and they put him in the Royal Rumble like this and he dominates, they're fucked. Even in Orlando, they're screwed, man. So I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, that opening promo that he did, I kind of like I like the fact that they're not giving him too much to say, but at the same time, he's got to bring it, man. Like, he's the champ. He's got to bring it. All he did was come in there and just say, well, what if I win?
That's all he said.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Come on, if I win? Well,
you got to bring something other than that, man, especially when you got everybody out there.
If the line is, what if I win, why can't he just change it just a little bit and go, well, what happens when I walk through your little test? Something like that.
Something
just
simple,
be a badass.
He just had to simply just come out there and say, hey, look, especially since all the guys are out there, you could just use those guys as props, go like, oh, I'm going to take Owens out. I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to take so on and so out. And then, and then you can say, oh, what if I win?
I feel he had so many opportunities. I feel he had so many opportunities for lines. It's just like when Steph said to him, "Are you going to come here and punch my dad in the face again?" He could have been like, "Calm down, old man. I'm not hitting you. Don't worry about it. I won't put you in a walker tonight." Something like that. I mean, it's not very difficult. You got a 70-year-old man and a big-breasted woman in the ring. The possibilities are endless. You got plenty of things that you can do. Quick shout out to the chat. Scott Davenport, Lorenzo Diaz, Anthony Terry, Metal Coasters. That'd be a great name for a fucking band. Metal Coasters. Come join the Metal Coasters as we open for AC/DC. I like that. Anthony Terry, SF Boy, New 20 has not been banned from the chat tonight. Congratulations on you. I'm proud of you. Isaac A, Daniel Hoover, Sam Harlock, Teresa Ramos. We got all kinds of people hanging out tonight. Fake-ass twats somewhere in here, I'm sure. Jay Davis, my man. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. We went old school tonight and did the original, the theme song, the official theme song of Dead on Day Productions, which, of course, you can find on Real Talk Metaphor Messiah's brand new album, Black Mozart. Make sure you go check that out on www.realtalkthetruth.bandcamp.com. Mendoza, what else you got for me?
Also, like I said, I love Ambrose even more and more. Every week he seems to be getting better for me. I love him in the ring. I love him every time he's on the mic.
Why did they forget about him tonight?
Yeah,
he cut
even
that
in the part
promo,
that,
and
even
then
in that promo that you said didn't make sense. Yeah, I still liked what he did in that promo, but
I
yeah,
did
you're
too.
right though. It didn't make any sense.
It didn't make sense.
There was no the setup I like, but then there was no execution of it. But I still love when he comes out there. I don't know. I'm just really getting more in tune
with him. Are you saying you're an inmate of the Ambrose Asylum?
Ambrose
Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm getting there, man.
That's awesome.
I'm starting to like him a lot.
That's pretty good.
I'm starting to realize that they should have went with him probably instead of Roman.
Don't say that. Pittsburgh's going to be upset. We don't want to upset Pittsburgh because now we know this picture shows the true relationship between Roman Reigns and Pittsburgh Boy. It all makes sense now. The puzzle's finally been put together, and that's because Roman Reigns is Pittsburgh Boy's missing puzzle, if you know what I mean. They're interlocking pieces. It's pretty damn magical, and I would never, ever, and The Rock means ever, get in between a man and his missing piece. So it's pretty magical stuff.
That picture's awesome, though.
It
man.
is
that
pretty
was great job.
Awesome. I got the greatest graphics guy
awesome.
in the history of the world. It doesn't get better. He's the man.
And then one really quick thing also before I go.
Yes, sir.
The social outcast thing, man.
Yeah.
I kind of dug it.
I'm digging it, man.
Tonight. I'm digging it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I really
individually.
They got music.
Nobody cares about these four individually. Maybe Heath Slater because he is really entertaining, but nobody cares about any of these guys individually. But together, there's something there. There is something. I don't know what it is yet, but it's something, and I like it.
Yeah. I like. They seem to have some sort of chemistry. They know that they're kind of playing this jokey kind of group. But they came out serious tonight, which I like. Yeah. You know, they came out there and they went straight for the Wyatts, which was interesting for me. Yeah. But I did like it, man. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that.
Yeah, me too. I hope they made them look pretty damn good going not over the Wyatts, but helping get them out of the ring tonight. I thought that was really smart. They made them look strong. What's your rating for tonight, man?
I'm going to give it probably like a 6.5. I think 6.5 is pretty decent.
You're right there. I think you're right on the money.
I give it a 6.5.
6.5. That's fair. Hey, I appreciate the call as always, Mr. Mendoza. You're the man. And I'm going to take Patrick Glynn's call. I hope you have a good night, bud.
All right, you too, man. Take it easy.
Patrick Glynn, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
How much, babe? And yes, your voicemail did get me.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm really happy.
I can't remember who it was. You're really happy with that, aren't you?
I'm probably more happy about it than I should be, but I'm a simple man. And you know what? Leonard Skinner tells me that's all I need to be is a simple man. Mama told me when I was young. All right, go ahead. What you got?
That picture of Pittsburgh and Roman Reigns, somebody said in the chat that's a gay porno cover now.
We actually took it from his diary. We took it from his journal. I was surprised. It was the first picture. What people probably don't know, Pittsburgh Boy actually drew this. He drew it. He's a talented artist. Look at this. And it was in his diary, and we ripped out the page. And that's what we found. It's
Did he put hashtag dick butt next to it?
Hashtag dick butt. That's right. No, we didn't find that, but that's because he just kept writing Reed Reigns all over it.
Ah.
Yeah. There you go.
He got a bust on Pittsburgh. He got so mad in the chat earlier before the show started because everybody was giving him shit for being a Roman Reigns fan.
Well, that's okay. People can give him all the shit as they want because as we see in that picture, Roman Reigns was unclogging him, so it's okay.
I love how Roman Reigns is holding lube.
I love that. I think it's great. Aside from the picture, what's your takeaway from tonight, Raw?
Middle of the road Raw. It was okay. Not great. The Kalisto thing did shock me, though.
Yeah, I kind of saw it coming. They really want to take that belt off of Del Rio. Del Rio was just supposed to come in and get the initial shock factor by taking the belt off of Cena. He was not meant to be a long-term champion. There was no reason for it, so they were just, boom, let's make this happen and get it off of him. And they decided to go with Mission Kalisto, which is an interesting choice, but the guy's over, so there you go.
That's good. I mean, hey, look, I like the move that they did that. I give Raw a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's about where I am. I think everybody seems to be on that same page, a 6 out of 10.
I've noticed there's a lot more people in the watching the show tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? I found out something. I tell everybody all the time, I'm horrible at what I do. And I am not kidding. For the longest time, I've had my videos in the politics and news category on YouTube. Apparently, it got changed, and I didn't recognize it, and it's been there. So I put it back to sports, and holy shit, we got more people in tonight. It's fucking amazing. It's like boom.
A lot more trolls than normal.
That's all right. I don't give a fuck. It's just actually the ones that are calling. It's just the same guy. There's like 5 of them who call in. It's just one guy or 5 guys, one roving numbers.
Did the one guy pay his little sister to call you?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know. So
there's no way he's getting laid. There's no way that's his friend.
But yeah, hey, I appreciate the call, Mr. Glenn. Get back in there and do your moderating duties. Or let me take another call, buddy.
Good night.
You too, Patty. 916, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? 916, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? What's up, 916? Okay, 916 is gone. Let's take another call. 617, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? 617. You know about that 617? He gone too. He gone. They're trying to get these people in, but they keep hanging up. They keep hanging up. So there you go. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird? If the calls are done, if you guys are finished, then we're going to wrap it up. It's almost 6:30 in the morning here. So we'll go as long as you guys are calling in. 617, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey.
What's going on, 617? What you got?
Hello.
Can you hear me? 617. Fix your shit. Fix your shit. Evil Fire God, you get on by default. What you got for me?
Oh, your voicemail got me good, man. Oh.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad everybody loves it.
I'll start off by saying it's pretty good when your show is way more entertaining than Raw.
Oh, I appreciate that. But you hate the shows anyway most of the time, so.
Hey, it's not wrong, man. Y'all are giving it, around 6s? I give it like a 2.
Ooh.
I didn't like it at all.
Ooh. What did you hate about it? So I'm not going to go to what you liked about it. What did you hate about it?
Oh, God. The opening segment with Vince and Stephanie dancing like, I don't know. Just that part. The New Day thing, okay, the whole New Day thing, that was great with Chris.
They're always great. I love the New Day. I can listen to them forever.
That brought it up to a 2 for me. But after that, it was just boring to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was boring. I don't care that Lesnar coming there and done all that. Who cares?
That's the thing. That's the thing. I wasn't a
Makes sense.
I wasn't bored tonight. I wasn't enthralled, but I wasn't bored. That was the thing. I don't know.
Right.
What else you got for me, man?
I think we all need to buy a Pittsburgh boy a present. I don't know what yet, but something to help him and Roman out. I mean,
apparently, according to that
that
picture,
was great.
according to that picture, he's good. He doesn't need to buy him a present. They are close, very close.
They are really, really,
Look
really
how close they are. Look how close they are. They are really, really close. He's gonna Superman
and
punch him right in his love box. That's pretty close.
Well, and to the female caller that called in and trolled you,
yeah, I don't care.
Pretty sure that you can have just about any woman you want.
They love me, man. These trolls,
You know,
they
you
love
are the
me.
copious king and all, so.
I'm happily married. Well, I'm married at least, so there you go.
Well, just like me, I'm married. I don't want nobody else. So
Mainly, I don't think anyone wants to take me. So it's just like, if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. I don't know. Final thoughts. What else you got for me, Isaac? Evil Fire God.
well, final thoughts would be we're all pretty much nothing for me, and the Dead on Dave show's more entertaining than Raw. So
I appreciate that.
What we got?
I hope you don't mourn the death of Francesca the trombone too hard, because that was rough. It was an emotional roller coaster.
I think we need to have a wake for the trombone. I really do.
We should. We should.
You know,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the Lemmy funeral where Triple H spoke for like 8 minutes, and in the background it's just going to be the trombone laying there. That's just too good.
That'll work.
Hey, I appreciate the call, Evil Fire God. You have yourself a really good night, man.
You too, Dave.
SF Boy's losing his mind because I haven't taken his call. It's not my fault that you keep on calling when I have callers. Just keep calling in, and I'll take your call. Right now, no one's calling in. You can get in, SF Boy. You're just going to troll and fucking get thrown off the show anyway. Do you really want to get beaten up that badly? I don't understand. Why do you want me to beat you up? It's not good. It's not good. It's okay. So, yeah, I think overall the night was meh. It was meh. It wasn't anything special. It certainly was a meh. And we got what we got. You know, it's one of those things. 617, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, Dave. How you doing, man?
617, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing. I just wanted to say, hey, what's going on? I've watched a little bit of Raw. I'm trying to turn down the computer right now so your voice isn't,
it's okay. You're good now, man. You're fine.
All right, cool. So I missed a little bit of Raw because I was watching the National Championship game.
You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much.
I've heard from everyone, you have to give it at 5s and 6s, so I didn't even DVR it, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
I did see the Kalisto match, though. I happened to be flipping back and forth. Unfortunately, I didn't think that they'd given the belt, so I flipped it back to the National Championship game.
So you missed it. The biggest moment of the night you missed. Second biggest moment of the night. Francesca dying was the biggest moment of the night for me.
Oh man, I wish I saw it, but it's okay.
Yeah,
The one thing I did catch though at the very end that got me really excited was when McMahon came out.
Yeah.
Owens and then the Wyatt family followed him, and for a quick couple seconds, I thought they were reforming like the corporation, ministry, new authority kind of deal.
Because you didn't see earlier in the night.
Yeah, I was pumped, man.
You're like, oh my God, the entire roster joined the McMahons. What's happening?
Exactly. I was like, I must have missed a great Raw. But seeing Brock Lesnar is always great. He's throwing people around. That you can't beat that.
I just wish they wouldn't have used him so goddamn predictably. It was so predictable.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off about watching the Owens and Reigns match. It was really predictable. It's like, oh, Reigns is getting beat down. Now here comes the comeback.
And he didn't execute tonight. And that's the thing. even when they do the predictable things with Roman Reigns, if he executes, he's going to be okay. But he did not look great tonight. I feel he had a really, really weak evening. And that's unfortunate because the crowd started to turn on him, and that's not a good sign. WWE can't afford that. Really can't.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. The Rumble will be interesting. You know, what do we have? Another Raw leading up to the Rumble?
One more Raw. Yeah, next week is the Raw Go Home show.
I'm not even like that positive they're going to pull something off. If you remember last WrestleMania, the Go Home show was terrible.
Yes, it was a terrible build, but Mania turned out to be pretty good. So, the build doesn't seem to matter
That is
anymore.
true. I like Mania, but I was just talking about the Go Home show.
Yeah, I know.
But,
It's weird. They don't seem to be putting much into the builds of pay-per-views anymore. I think mainly because they feel like, if we got 1.5 million or 1.3 million or whatever.
Well, you're also have people paying $10 as opposed to $60 every time.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can afford to throw a few more matches on Raw and stuff like that.
Well, see, tonight I felt like there was a lot of match work, and especially early on, I thought it was really good. I thought the matches were solid as hell early on, and then everything kind of dissipated towards the end of the night, which I don't get. That's when you want to put your best foot forward.
Exactly. The 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. What's your rating for tonight, buddy?
I'd rate the national championship about a 10, and what I caught of Raw, I'm going to go with the 5.5, 6, just because that's what everyone's going with.
Hey, sometimes it's okay to run with the flock. It's all right. It worked for Raven.
Yeah, especially if you haven't or don't know what he's talking about. You're better off just going with
Exactly. See, that's the dead on Dave way. That's the dead on Dave way. You belong here, sir. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks for the support.
Thanks. If I can give a quick plug,
Yes,
tomorrow I'm starting my show Breaking Bergdahl, which is going to review the Serial podcast. You can check me out. I guess subscribe to my channel. Me and my buddy have a sports blog called Undrafted, and we did a national championship preview tonight. We'll get better with progress. But, I just wanted to plug that, and thank you for letting me do that.
Hey, no problem, man. Well, you didn't give me much of a choice, so it's all right. You're like, let me plug this. I have a show that's coming on tomorrow. I didn't get to say yes or no, but that's okay. There's enough YouTube for us all, so not a problem at all, man. And good luck with your show. I hope it turns out well, and hopefully maybe we can work together in the future, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for all your support too, Dave.
Hey, no problem, man. Take it easy, buddy.
All right, you too.
All right, yeah. So we're just rolling along with all the calls tonight. We've had a really, really strong show of callers. Everybody's been having a good time and, telling me what they thought about Raw tonight. I thought that, without beating in the ground too much, Raw was meh. At best, a meh. It's a good 6 meh. Let's take another call. 319, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Hello. Hi. Hi. Are you going to talk? I'm going to hang up on you now. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. But when somebody whispers in, SF boy, you got one more chance. Go ahead and call in. Call in right now. I'll take your call. If you call in right now, I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll take your call. If not, shut the fuck up. Nick Hitman47, shout out to me. I'll shout out to you, Nick Man. Nick Hitman. Pratish Sebastian. Roman Reigns should lose. Yeah. Patrick going, Dave, are you going to play Pokemon tonight? No, it's 6:30 in the morning. No. Lorenzo Diaz in the chat. His parents are sleeping. He doesn't want them to know. That could be why he was whispering. Or maybe it was Adele with laryngitis. Hello. It's me. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Fake ass twat. Having a good time in the chat. Everybody's having a good time. Make sure if you haven't, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Sodville, you big whining, crying little fucking baby. I answered your call. Are you happy? You whined and cried, and just like the world is in the fucking millennial world that we live in, if you cry long and loud enough, eventually you'll get your way. Am I enabling? Sure, but you know what? I was running out of calls, so I didn't care. What do you got for me, Sod?
I wouldn't call it whining. I would call it just seizing the opportunity. But you know.
No, you were whining. You called me Dickless Dave. You're lucky I don't fucking castrate you.
Before I start saying what I'm going to say, for Isaac in the chat, he can go suck a dick, roll tide all day.
Now, see, I can't have you do that. I can't. Sod ruined it. I can't let you come on and attack other people in the chat. What the hell's the matter with Sod Villa? Unbelievable, Sod Villa. Unreal. Just crazy. All right, well, I think that's about going to wrap this thing up, man. We did a little over an hour and some change. I don't know how much more we can say about a mediocre show. There wasn't much more to really get into it. My rating was a 6. Thought it was okay. I hope you guys are enjoying everything that's going on in the channel. We got a lot going on, man. And remember, we've had a crazy-ass night where Pittsburgh Boy, one of our loyal callers, you know, we got to see the depth of his love. The depth of your love, oh, whoa. That's right. We got to see inside the mind of Pittsburgh Boy. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's take one more caller. 704. Looks like you're the last caller tonight. What you got? 704.
I was calling in. It's Isaac A. You know,
Isaac. Hey, I just protected you, Isaac.
Yeah, I was calling to respond to him.
No, I just threw him off the show. No, Isaac. No, if I just throw one guy off the show for attacking, why wouldn't I throw you off the show for retaliating? This isn't fucking smash 'em up, bash 'em up. No, that doesn't work. That's all right, though. Gun Can's in the chat. And it was good. So thank you guys very much. I think we're about out of here. We're going to go out on Pittsburgh Boy because it doesn't get much better than that. Pittsburgh Boy or Dancing Steve? I think that's what's creepier, that picture or Dancing Steve. I don't know. I like them both. I think they're both magical, but I'm not sure. Hope you guys had a great time tonight in the chat. We had fun. We will see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Make sure you're checking out everything that goes on. We got another brand new Drunken Board Games this week. It's probably going to be me and Tommy. I'm not sure. We might be too tired to do it. But if not, it'll be me and the wifey once again. I'll be streaming Pokemon all week. You guys can check that out as well. I'll be playing other video games. Because remember, if you want to hit me up on Steam, Dead on Dave V or David Dave Vegas 21. I think that's the actual Steam account. Dave Vegas 21 or Dead on Dave V on Steam. If you want to go ahead and hit me up on Steam and connect with me. If there's games you want me to play, send it to me because I'm poor. Yes, I'm being dead honest. You want me to play a game, send it to me because I'll do whatever you want then. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys very much. Like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you check out my boy, Tommy C. over at Shopping the Point. If you love hockey, if you love talk, if you love great stuff going on in the world of hockey and shock jock, Tommy C's your guy. Make sure you go check him out. Shopping the Point over there, hockey stuff. I'm there throughout the week doing In the Crease, a daily hockey show. And then, of course, he has a Shock Jock Sunday show, Shopping Point Live. All right. So other than that, that's all I got. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and congratulations to the Tide for winning the national championship. Nick Saban's 5,000th championship fucking trophy. So there you go. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Keep it copious, people. Peace.